Hi, I'm Short. In this video, I'm going to show you how to transfer the key pins from an old model folding key to a new model. For this, I'm using a pin removal set myself. You probably don't have one of these lying around at home, so you can also do it with a workbench and a small nail. Or you can order one online from our website. Here I have two keys, one of which has been cut and the other hasn't. And what I want to do is transfer this key blade to this folding mechanism. Here's how I'm going to start. I insert the key and I clamp it to the workbench, making sure it is secure. There we go. Next, I take a drift pin here, and of course you can just use a small nail for this as well, and I place it on top of the retaining pin of the folding mechanism. Once that retaining pin is out, these two halves can be separated from each other. So I position it on top, I grab a hammer, and I tap it out. At that point, you'll see that these two come apart from each other. So I'll just set this aside for myself here, and I no longer need the folding mechanism. And now I'll just do the same with the new key. Without this set, it can be quite a challenge because a key like this can fly off in any direction, but hopefully you'll manage. Again, I place the drift pin on top of the retaining pin here and tap it out. And once again, these two parts come apart from each other. I no longer need that, but now I'm finally going to put the old key blade into the new folding mechanism. And the moment I slide these two parts together exactly, you can see right through them, and you know there's just enough space to put the retaining pin back in. There are two ways to do this now. You can either put it back into the holder, and I'll demonstrate that here. You place the retaining pin in its position. And sometimes this can actually be the hardest part of the whole procedure. And once it's in place, you can use a blunt object. For example, I sometimes use the back of that punch, or you can hit it directly on top with a hammer until it sits properly. And sometimes you have to tap it just a little bit more, the last millimeter, to get it all the way through, and then it's in. As I mentioned, there is also a second method. For this, I'll first take the pin out again. And the second method is to lay it on a surface where it can't move around much. This is sometimes a bit easier because you have a bit more control since your hands are naturally closer to the key. So now I press the key together with my thumb and middle finger to make sure the retaining pin can go in. The problem I just had, where it could shoot off in all directions a bit, that can happen more often. It can also be useful to use a flat nose pliers to make one side of the retaining pin a bit narrower, so it doesn't shoot away so easily. Because once it's in place, it won't go anywhere anymore. So now I place the retaining pin on top again, and I try to tap it in straight again. And once again, it fits perfectly, and this key bit can immediately be inserted into the new key. Hopefully this has helped you out a bit. If it turned out to be a bit more difficult than expected, you can find our contact information in the description of this video, and we are more than happy to help you further. Good luck.